Okay, everyone, it's 4 p.m. We're going to start our next session by Weithenn, and the title is Teaching Infrastructure to Think, AI-driven GitOps from Automation to Autonomous. Yes, please.
Thank you. Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Weithenn, and it's a pleasure to be here at the DevOps Tokyo. Today, I want to share how AI can help us move from the simple automation to truly autonomous GitOps. Yeah, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Weithenn Wang. The first is my blog. I've been working in the IT infrastructure to many years, many around cloud automation, software-defined data center, and infrastructure engineering. And I'm lucky to be recognized as a Microsoft MVP and the VMware vSphere and the Nutanix technology champion. I'm the infra guy, right? I have the virtualization and automation there. So I also write in the technical magazine and have published 19 IT books. Over the year, I've spoken at many conferences in Taiwan, include their best Taipei, Kubernetes Summit, Cloud Summit, and more. For the automation, for me, I'm using the Ansible. So maybe you already hear this. The community tool is AWS. If you have been using the AWS, you're probably to notice what's happening. Let me show you what changed and why this transition matter. Before we talk about the transition, it's important to remind the AWS actually is. AWS is the community addiction of the Red Hat Ansible automation platform, and it's been a powerful and widely used tool for many teams. Because it has strong the features and large user base, so the AWS plays a key role in the automation ecosystem. But even with that success, the project eventually stopped moving forward, and that's where the shift toward Ascender began. So here is the main reason for the transition. AWS has a new release for the almost 2 years. The last update was back in the July 2024, and the project has been moving forward since then. But the Ascender, on the other hand, continue to evolution. It using the same AWS architecture with the family with, but it actually maintained, updated, and supported. So in short, AWS stopped it, but Ascender keep going, and that's why many teams are making the shift. So if you're using the AWS, you can aware of this change. Okay, let's do that. Before we talk about the AI-driven GitOps, let's look at the pain point in the traditional IaC, which means the infrastructure as a code. These challenges are things we all experience, and they are actually why we need a better approach. Here's a paradox we see today. GitOps adoption is very high, but many teams still struggle with it. Most of the challenges come from the same issue: a steep learning curve, critical errors, and limited self-service. So even though the GitOps is the mainstream, the usability gap is still huge. And this gap is exactly what slows teams down. Yeah, the fast pain point is still a learning curve. For many teams, it took us 6 months just to feel comfortable for using the Ansible or Terraform, something like that. For the Ansible, the syntax across the YAML, Jinja 2, and all the module is complicated. So new engineers often struggle without clear guidance. Because of that, deployment slowed down, technical debate build up, and teams spend a lot of time to debugging, sometimes up to the 20 hours a war. So the learning curve isn't just hard, it's the directly impact speed and productivity. Yeah, the second pain point is critical error message. Most of the time, the error only tell you the line number, right? But not the real root cause. A small independent or space issue can break the whole playbook if you have the experience, and it's often the hard to spot. Because of that, so engineers spend a lot of time to debug instead of building the feature, and deployment slow down even more. So these unclear errors don't just waste the time. They also hurt the team motivation and overall speed. Yeah. For example, for me, I have just troubleshooting the one error, maybe the one day. I just find the errors. Take it one day to troubleshooting that. So yeah. Yeah. The third pain point is lack of the real sales service. When everything needs centralized approval, it slows the teams down right away. The ticket system often become the bottleneck. Engineer lose the autonomy, and even simple infrastructure change can take days. For example, the engineer want to change the routing or adding the steady route and submit to request to the ticket system. So his supervisor need to approval, and the senior leadership maybe need approval. Maybe the VP need to approve that. That's why is the just a little bit change, but need to take a few days, maybe 1 week or 2 weeks. If your company have using the ticket system, you know what I mean, right? Yep. Yeah, need to approve that. Yeah. Because of that, teams cannot try new idea, and the whole organization loses the speed and learning opportunity. So limited sales service does just delay the work, it's limited innovation. Yep. So after looking at all those the pain point, the question becomes, how do we make the GitOps more simple and more usable? This is where AI-driven GitOps come in. Using the AI to simplify the workflow, reduce the hard part, and help teams move faster. Here is how AI actually transformed the GitOps the workflow. Instead to waiting for issue to happen, AI can catch the problem much early and even suggest fix automatically. It keeps reading the log, catch the failure in the real time, and send the issue to the right person. And in many cases, it can generate step-by-step guidance right on the spot, right? So the result is clear: faster detection, faster recovery, few errors, and more frequent deployment. Here is where AI really help generating the playbook automatically. Yeah, I have the more experience for this. I will talk to later. Yeah. Instead of the write everything manually, AI can build a clean, structured playbook for you, right? With the right module, handler, and even inspiration for each task. So this is not only save a lot of the setup time, but also reduce the syntax, the mistake. So teams can focus on the actual work instead of the fixed YAML errors. And with the Ansible check mode, you can preview the change before you running anything, which is make the whole process much safer. Yeah. This is where AI making the troubleshooting so much easier. Instead of the manually deep dive through the log, AI can capture everything in real time and spot patterns immediately. It doesn't just tell you something failed, it's an analyzer, the log, find the root cause, and even suggest how to fix it. So yeah, I believe everyone maybe not just using the Google search. Currently, when I meet the error message, I just capture a message, send into the chat. AI will tell me the root cause and error and how to fix it, right? If I cannot reading the English feedback, I will say translate to Mandarin or translate to your language, your hobby language. So currently, I'm not just writing the playbook. I just watch that. Yeah. So what used the take hour can now be done in minutes, right? Yeah. And the system keep the improve its suggestion over time. Yeah. AI also help a lot of with the compliance. Instead of the checking everything manually, policy can be enforced automatically before code is merged, right? AI can scan the playbook for the security issue, outdated package, or unsafe the configuration, and give the engineer instant feedback with the suggestions. It also keep the watching for configuration draft. So if something in the environment change, it can trigger a workflow to fix the right away. Just last year, I showed in the conference GitOps with the event-driven Ansible. Yeah, last year I already demoed that. Yeah, so the workflow to fix the right away. So compliance become proactive, not reactive, and teams stay secure without a slowdown. Like the last section, he already demoed that. And using the GitHub action can compare and compliance the security issue, check that. Yeah, something like that. When we talk about the sales service platform, it's not just about giving engineer a button to click. If you have experience using the AWS or the Ascender, you will know that each playbook just click the one button, or the workflow, even the approval, it just click the button. But a good platform should actually teach people as they use that. Things like the golden path, example template, and the clear document help engineer follow the best practice without the confusion. And with the building the observability, or called O11Y, and safety check, teams can move fast while still staying compliant and safe. So the goal is just a sales service. It's the sales service that guidance, educate, and build the confidence. Yeah. So before we roll up, here's a quick checklist of what we cover. Traditional IaC has the real pain point, and GitOps alone doesn't just full solve them. But with the AI, from the playbook generation to error diagnostic and the compliance, the workflow becomes faster, clear, and much easier to adopt. The key takeaway is simple. AI doesn't replace the GitOps, and it makes the GitOps finally unspellable for everyone. So if you want to adopt the AI-driven IaC, there are a few foundations we need to have in place. First, the basic infrastructure should already be in Git. As we can trigger the GitOps, right? And the pipeline should run checkler automatically. And we need good observability so AI can actually collection the data and learning from the log, right? Then on the advanced side, things get even better when we have the shared knowledge base, real sales service, and the culture, the tree fail, and learning opportunity. When the pieces come together, AI can deliver the real value, not just the automation, but smarter automation that. Yeah, so if you want to get started with the AI-driven workflow, you don't need to a big transformation, right? Just start small, one team, one project, one use case. Give the team the right tool and a bit of the training. Make sure the impact and keep improve based on what you learn. So in the first week, try AI assistant playbook generation that. So that's why I say currently I'm not writing the playbook manually. I'm just saying my request, my approach, my target, sending to the AI. They can give feedback, the playbook content, and also each the task have the recommendation and the task remark. Yeah. So it's the first week. They can just feel. Yeah. So by the first month, the backlog monitoring. If we want to training the AI, we need to let the AI can collection the log and study from the log, so he can analyze the log and detect and how to fix it. Your log and the root cause. It can help you. And with the quarter, you can already build a golden path that capture the best practice. Yeah, I believe you have the main SOP document or some best practice for in your system. So you can just capture the best practice and training the AI for your BU or your organization, your team. Yeah. So yeah, the key is simple. Smart, small, learning fast, and scale what works. Yeah. For example, actually, when I touch the AI agent, I'm just creating easy use case for me. I'm create a email agent for me. So I increased the writing email maybe 80%. So yeah, because I'm the Mandarin, so when you want to write in the English email, we need to the English culture, maybe more polite, maybe friendly, even you are angry, you need to keep the polite, right? And friendly. So the AI agent can help me to quickly to generate the email, and I can review it and just send it. And I also tell the agent which guy is my supervisor, which guy is my director, which guy is the VP. You need to very careful when you want to write in the email to your supervisor, yeah, or maybe your colleague. So it's just for the example. We just the small application for this. So that's why in the slide, in the first week, try AI assistant playbook generation. So engineer can just feel the AI is powerful for this, but they already experience AI can generate the playbook. So the next stage, so basically log monitoring and collecting your log and input to the AI. So AI can learning this, yeah. And for the quarter, yeah, just best practice and guidance and document, yeah, for this. So what's the next? We think the pain point and the improvement AI can bring and how team can start small and scale up. Next, I want to share how the industry is moving, include what Gartner is say about the GitOps and AI. And also a bit of my own thought on working in the new world. Yeah, this is a Gartner view of the Asia and the DevOps the landscape. As you can see, the GitOps is right at the peak. Lots of the attention, lots of the expectation, but being in the peak also means something important. Many teams are still figure out how to make GitOps truly useful in real world environment, not just demo, right? That's why AI becomes such a critical piece. Yep. And it can help GitOps move past the hype and into practical and everyday productivity. In other words, the industry trend is clear. GitOps is just isn't going away, but AI what will help it mature. This is a Gartner chart make one thing clear. AI is leading the whole tech space. Yeah. Every day, every week, you will see the AI news, AI tour, many AI tour, AI agent. Yeah, AI agent smarter decision the tool. Domain focus model, everything is still growing and fast. Each the provider say, oh, our tool is the AGI, our tool is AGI, making the AGI. Yeah. So, but for the DevOps and GitOps team, the message is simple. AI isn't just another tool. It's the change how we build and run systems. And this lead to my final thought on working in this new AI world. So yeah, AI is the really powerful. In my recent project is the zero-touch provision. I using the Redfish API, control the host, include the BIOS setting, and boot up from the BIOS setting, and using the network pix install that, the operating system, and then also configure again the BIOS setting, and then post the setting for the system. So it's just the workflow there. So before I using the AI tool, for my evaluate, I maybe take the 2 months to finish the project, zero touch provision. But when I using the AI tool assistant for me, just 1 week. So yeah, actually it's very exciting, right? But yeah, actually a little bit scale for this, the AI really powerful. So yeah, but I still believe the human need to stay in the loop. So for me, I never let AI run anything by itself. I check the every step, make sure the result makes sense, and add it to the right note before I prove anything. So the third point, as the Jensen Huang say, AI won't replace the engineer, but it will change how we work. I believe everybody agree this. Yeah. The last point, in the past, tuning an idea into the product took a lot of time, engineer effort, and cost, right, or budget. But today, AI lower the barrier. Idea is worth too expensive or too risk. Before now can build quickly and much lower cost. So that's why I say maybe the engineer may not be replaced with the AI. But yeah, we can keep this because currently you're running your idea to the product is just the lower cost, right? So it can easily to make it you want that. Yeah. The other case for recently, I'm not the Power BI expert, but I can, through the AI tool, help me to creating to the very beautiful dashboard. It's a senior leadership very like this, right? So I'm using the AI, generate the playbook using the API, touch the virtualization infra, the status, and the workload, and then put the result to the Power BI. But I'm not the Power BI expert, so AI will teach me, include how to configure the Power BI. The healthy is the green line, the warning is the yellow line, the critical error is the red line. So sorry, I can show the screen. So the senior leadership can, using the one page with the Power BI, can know, oh, each site is the healthy or not. So yeah, it's really powerful. Yeah. Even I'm just a little bit touched the Power BI, but yeah, I can use in the AI help me to writing the very beautiful dashboard for the Power BI. Yeah, it cannot imagine that using the AI the tool for this. Yeah, so it's my experience for this currently. Yeah. So here is a few usable resources. You can check the data, link to the GitOps, AI in DevOps, and the Gartner Insight. That's a great for the explore more after today's section, if you're interested in that. Yeah, it's a link. First one is you can using the keyword GitHub, the AWS, and GitHub, the Ascender. You can see that. And yeah, in my blog, I keep trying the writing. For my blog, I can 100%. I'm manually writing. I'm not using the AI to help me. Yeah, because currently I will submit the technical to the magazine in Taiwan per month. So that's why I keep the writing the technical method, not using the AI. Yep. And you can also, using the Google search me, you can GitHub and Weithenn. You can search out to my GitHub repository because I have the many workshop in the Taiwan. And I also put my workshop like a playbook or PowerShare, something like that, put it to my GitHub, the repo. So you can just reference here if you have interest in it. That's it. It's me. Thank you all. AI is changing everything, and we get the shape with the common nest. So let's build it together. Thank you.